Hello everyone. So today we are going to talk about anomaly detection in ServiceNow claims data. Um, so we already know ServiceNow contains a lot of different types of data. Today we are going to analyze claims, whether they are legit or not. Let's first go into the workflow, means the integration that I've done. This is using n8n, and then I will talk about the technical aspects of it. So I have two types of claim with me, and you can imagine it like we have a claim form, and once you submit the form, this record gets generated with all this information. And this one is related to driving, and where the user was hit and they have a witness, and another was related to like hit and run, but there is no witness. Okay, so let's just analyze this claim for the driving claim. And once you click on, so I have created this UI action which is called detect anomaly. Once you click over there, what will happen? uh, it will trigger a, yeah, so it has triggered this n8n workflow, and and it has provided that answer. Okay, so let's just go back and check what was the answer. Don't worry about that. Here, so the risk score was low, risk level was low, risk score was 2. Only witness, so it has identified what was the red flag in the information was the spouse. But and the summary was the claim appeared consistent, well documented, typical of rare end auto collision, and it has provided what recommended action you should take. Now let's go for the other one before we analyze both the claims. And if I go for this one, okay, so this was the, sorry, this is another one. Yeah, another claim. And as you can see over here, damage have been provided. This is like risk level is high, and there are so many red flags. And summary, the based on the information provided, the claim represent very high concentration of classic fraud indicators. Now, so it was able to identify which one needs to be investigated more and which one needs to be investigated less. And this will help the claim investigation officer a lot, because it knows where to invest its resources more and where to invest its resources less. Okay, and that's why it is very important to, like, means these are very common and good use cases for AI, which when you have a lot of data that is coming in, just filtering out what is not relevant and what is relevant becomes very crucial. And so let's go into the details how I've done this. So first thing is, if you go for the this like if you check this detect anomaly, so what I've done, I've created this UI action. And in this UI action, I'm basically calling a URL with sending the data in that URL. In that data, I'm basically providing like the ID of the incident, insurance claim incident that they have submitted to the n8n. So here you will notice, so this is the n8n workflow. And as you can see, it's very small. It has only three components. One is the webhook, which is receiving all the notification, means when I'm triggering that. So it's like an endpoint. So it is receiving the payload. And then I'm getting all the information back. So here, there, from there, I'm just sending the ID of the claim, and here I'm like retrieving all of the information uh, from that record, and then sending it back to AI agent. In the AI agent, I have written a very, means robust and very strong prompt for identifying the claim based on the data. and and it is using that logic to provide that answer basically. Okay. And if I have a reference document, I can use this tool option to create a vector, to use a vector store, and like submit that information in a vector store and use that to check whether the policy, it means the claim that they have referred, or the policy has the proper clause and all, go deep into that, right? So I can use that as well. And it also has a web search as well, so if there is a need for web search like a news or something which needs to be referred, it can also do that. So this overall provides me the verdict that whether the following claim is legit or not, and what, and the recommendation about it. And once we have that, so it just adds it over here. And now, the part that I wanted to add was last part of the video is so why I showed this particular example was because there is a lot of so we can use extrapolate this example to various other modules of ServiceNow, like incident management. So in ServiceNow contains a lot of data, and you can use the incident management to analyze ticket volume. And you can in HRST you can use reimbursement fraud detection, or in security operations you get like a lot of alerts related to security incidents, and we can analyze which are true positives, which are not, because that will means minimize the work a lot. Then there is a CSM for customer shift, a sentiment shift detection. This one is also actually very good because uh, client relationship is very important. And if you see that uh, there is a shift in the detection proactively, if you can identify that, you can make it healthy again. So, and then the last is related to the governance and risk, for risk score drift detection, which can impact the vendors and other entities. So yeah, this is all about anomaly detection. Before, anomaly detection used to happen using machine learning, but now I think a mixed match of machine learning and generative AI is the way forward. And some in some places it is required to have machine learning to find anomalies, because you need to understand the previous information and find like in the alerts, you need to understand what type of alerts were happening earlier to identify what is the anomaly right now. But sometimes you just store that information in a document, and you can refer that document to identify those using generative AI. Okay. Yeah, that is all from my side. Thank you, everyone.